Hi, I'm Tom.
And I'm Molly.
Welcome to Friends at Gameology, hosted by friends at Gameology.com.
Reviews for science.
In 7 minutes or less. Steampunk Rally, an engine building game disguised as a racing game. So we've got your player pieces here, and you will go up this track, sometimes down the track, hopefully not, but sometimes. And it's double-sided, so there's two of these. Anyhow, you'll go up and down the track, and you are trying to cross the finish line to signal at game end, and then be the one who goes the furthest past the finish line in the next round. So, but like I said, that's the racing part of the game. This is an engine building game. You've got your flying contraption or your racing contraption, your invention here, and you can add pieces on as you keep playing, and they all constitute this huge machine. It's a whole thing. So, let's just talk simplicity versus complexity.
So there's a lot going on in this game that I think after first few turns it'll make sense. So what you can do is add parts to your machine. It's a drafting game, so you're going to take one of each of these cards, pick one, play it, pass the card to the next player, you pick the next ones, same thing. So you're going to make 4 cards each round. And so then you're going to add them to your machine. You could also discard the card to get something. And there's also an action card. So the cards have a lot going on. There's a lot of symbols. But what they do to make it nice is they have this little player aid. It's double-sided. So one side has all of the icon and explanations, and the other side has exactly what you're going to do, which is kind of what I started explaining. The drafting part, you're rolling dice. The dice are the mechanic to get your machine to move and to heal itself. So you're rolling the dice and you're putting them on your machine and you're moving it. If it says move, you're healing if it says heal. But you've got to be able to get rid of those dice. So once they're on your machine, you've got to get rid of them. And there's a way to do that. And there's a way to take damage, which is getting rid of machine parts, because some of this terrain is tough. So there's a lot going on, but like I said, after the first few turns, I think you'll get it. It'll be fine.
This game is so fiddly. When Fiddly wants to know what it is, it looks up this game in the dictionary. There is so many, like you roll the dice, I roll a yellow, so I get to go forward one, or I get to put a prevent damage, then you can roll a red die to get a blue die, and a blue die to get a yellow die, and then you can use that yellow die to take a red die off the board. So crazy. But it's not so complex that you won't understand it. I don't think it's simple, but I think you'll get it within a few turns of your first game, and you'll be competitive in your second game.
Yep.
Luck versus strategy.
It's a tough one. It's a drafting game, so you can kind of build it based on what you get, but there's also a luck aspect in that. It's dice rolling, and you want to get a high dice, sometimes low, and so there's luck in that. But there's also these cogs, which help you lower or re-roll the dice or raise the dice if you need by pips. And get your dice off of the machine so you can use that part again. So there's a lot of luck, but I think they mitigate it. And so also if you have something in your hand you don't want, you can just always discard it to get dice or cogs, which again help you mitigate the luck of the dice. So I think it's a good balance, but there are sometimes you can just get messed up by other people's action cards, and that's all luck. One time it ruined me, the other time it didn't ruin me, the same card that was played. And so, yeah, I think it's a good balance.
There's a lot of luck in this game, and I think Molly covered it, but I think there's, like Molly said, a balance because there's a lot of strategy. You can choose to just go lean and have a really small machine and just try to quickly run through the race. I've done one where I just make a gigantic machine. I put down so many pieces so that by the time I get a huge engine, I set to feed it a little bit, and then it starts working for the rest of the game. And then if I ever need to take damage, boom, machine parts can fly off, and I don't even care. I've got tons of them. Those are just two that I mentioned. There's shortcuts, there's taking damage on the board, there's trying to get smooth movement so you never take damage across the board, just trying to hold on to these actions to mess up the other players. There's just a lot going on for the strategy in this game, besides a huge helping of luck. Fun versus boring. This game is incredibly fun. I have liked it since the very beginning. Like when first game I played to the last game I played, I have enjoyed this game. And I have enjoyed teaching new players. I've enjoyed making gigantic contraptions and jettisoning parts and trying to add more stuff on just because I know it's going to break, and then purposely running over really hard terrain and choosing to so I can take more damage and use a special card that'll eject me forward. And there's just so many crazy fun things going on all the time. It's an engine building game. I like engine building games These have the dice that gum up your engine, and you've got to figure a way to get rid of them, or you don't have an engine anymore. So I've thoroughly enjoyed this game every time I've played.
I've enjoyed this game. The strategies are there. I've played where I've had the luck of receiving the golden movement, which helps you move over tough terrain. But I've also played where I haven't received that and still done equally as well, because I've been able to play like the damage reducing. So I got rid of the damage as I was going over the tough terrain. So I enjoy that. I enjoy the racing aspect. It's tense. It's generally always close. I enjoy these contraptions. They're thematic. Marie Curie is one of the scientists, so the people that you can play to start off your contraption are actual scientists, and that's fun.
Wright brothers.
The Wright brothers, it only makes sense. Marie Curie, I did a report on her when I was younger. She's great. And all the parts are thematic. The wings help you go over rough terrain, right? So this is a super fun game. I agree with what Tom said as well.
Board Game Geek rating, I would say 10 out of 10, and it was an instant 10 out of 10 for me. And I've liked it every time I've played.
I would say 9 out of 10. There's a little bit of fiddliness that I could do without, but still super fun game. Every time we get to multiples of 500 subscribers, we give away a free glitter painting of your favorite geeky thing. So make sure to subscribe now on YouTube.
It could be you that wins.
Steampunk Rally, we've presented the evidence.
You be the judge.